Reddeos presents r/AskReddit. If you enjoy the video, show your support by commenting, liking and subscribing to the channel. What is the greatest comeback to an insult you've ever heard? Younger lady was acting like a total in this restaurant to the staff, and this middle-aged lady said, "Oh honey, you're not pretty enough to act like that." Edit. Holy, this blew up. Guess we all appreciate it when people like this get put in their place. Thank you so much for the gold and silver, kind strangers. In a heated argument, my mom called my brother a son of a. He replied, "You got that right." Not quite an insult, but I still think of this comeback to this day. I have two little brothers and it was my dad's birthday, so the semi-extended family were all at a restaurant to celebrate. I had just graduated from my dad's alma mater, and my middle brother was currently a junior there. My youngest brother, a freshman, however, opted to go to state school. At one point my uncle said, "So youngest brother how does your dad feel about you breaking the trend of our last name men going to alma mater My little bro thought for a moment and then said, "Well, he probably doesn't mind, considering I also broke the trend of not being able to get higher than a 3.0. The table exploded and my other brother and I just stared at each other across the table like, holy, did we just get brutally murdered? It's especially funny because my little bro was one of those shy high school kids who went off to college and came back fun and socially confident. I was hoping that development would happen, I just never expected it to stab me in the face. A friend of mine in first year university had never really dated any girls yet. This dumb meathead that we were kind of friends with told him, "When you do get a girlfriend, I'm totally going to her." He responded, "If I had a girlfriend, that would you, her cheating on me wouldn't be the issue." 1. Everyone thinks you're an. 2. Well, you know what everyone thinks about you. Nothing. No one ever thinks about you. I know I don't. My dear grandmother. She had a quick and savage wit. My fiancé and I held a meet the whole family get together at my house. It was the first time his father met my grandmother. His dad was a large, physically intimidating man with a beer gut. He began telling stories to my grandmother about how my fiancé was a mischief maker when he was young. Then told my grandmother how he would take off his belt and whip Joe for being bad. My frail little grandmother stares directly at my hubby's dad's tummy and says, "Your belt? However could you find it?" Future father-in-law was gobsmacked. Random kid, I bet you can't see you're in the shower. My friend, nope, only your mom's head. Yes, I know this comeback was taken from somewhere, but that doesn't make it worse. Gordon Ramsay asks his daughter on camera, "So what's it like being the daughter of the most famous chef in the world?" His daughter replies, "I wouldn't know, Jamie Oliver's not my dad." Boom. Roasted. Was once criticized by an older family member for having a stray tooth that gave me a bit of a craggy smile as an adolescent. It has settled in nicely. I was raised to not criticize what people can't help and to give compliments where possible, and so I did just that, sorta. Aunt, nice crocodile smile. Me, thanks. Aunt, it's just that tooth, you know, makes your smile all crooked, but it's not that bad. You could get it fixed. Me, I suppose, but I know I'll never have teeth as nice as yours are. They are like stars. Aunt, like stars? You mean as in bright? Me, no, as in they come out at night. My uncle had given me a book called 1001 Insults for Every Occasion, a while earlier, and that gem was in it. E.T.A or shucks, not used to such attention. I'm thrilled so many enjoyed this little anecdote. My family is rich in them, so I suppose I'll post more in the future as warranted. Thank you for my first gold, kind stranger, and the silver, I see you too. I'll strive to be generous. When I was in middle school many years ago, a bully was teasing an awkward kid about not being able to get girls and never being able to get laid. Another bully spoke up to the first bully and said, "You ain't had since, had you?" and the entire class and the teacher started laughing. The original bully shut up. Update, teacher didn't start Bella laughing with everyone in the middle of the class. This occurred between classes, as students were coming in. Teacher definitely heard, definitely smiled, and stifled his laugh. IIRC, he said, knock it off boys, time for class to begin. Nobody clapped. No principal came in and clapped. This happened 30 years ago. Bully 1 is a police officer now. Bully 2 is a semi-truck driver. Awkward kid is a mechanical engineer. From Casablanca. You despise me, don't you? Rick, if I ever gave you any thought I might. I heard a story once about some girls in an elevator who were insulting some black guy in another language they thought he didn't understand, Hindi I think, specifically commenting on his ugly black face. Apparently the guy waited till the elevator reached his floor, looked at them, and in perfect Hindi said better to have an ugly face than an ugly heart and left. Edit, I wasn't expecting all the attention, so I just want to note some things. /1 seriously, I don't know if it was Hindi, so to all you people badmouthing Indians / apologizing on behalf of them, I could easily be wrong. /2. Yeah, I know it might not have happened. The question was about great comebacks, not true stories. Lunch lady got me in front my whole class. Tuna fish was for lunch. I said tuna fish, I'd rather a sandwich. Without missing a beat, this 80-year-old lady fires back, wait right there, I can make you one in the back. Needless to say, I went with the tuna. Are you retarded? Why? Are you starting a club? A neighborhood kid was picking on my daughter, and she replied with, I'm sorry you are so sad. Kid just walked away. A girl told me if I took my shirt off at the beach the glare would blind everyone, because I was so pale. I told her at least when I go the beach people don't try to push me back into the sea. Winston Churchill is attributed some great ones. Lady Aestia, Mr. Churchill, you're drunk. Churchill, yes madam, and you are ugly, but tomorrow I shall be sober. And also, Lady Aestia, Winston, if you were my husband, I'd poison your tea. Churchill, Nancy, if I were your husband, I'd drink it. Was jokingly asked out to YR10 formal prom in front of whole class by a popular girl who definitely had no interest in me. I without a moment's hesitation say no thanks Lauren. I have standards, whole class and teacher lost it. Go yourself. Me yourself you coward. Sitting in a bar at 3 a.m. off of Bourbon Street. The windows are just open shutters. Dude who just left the bar leans in on our table to shout at some friends still in the bar. One of our group makes a silly /snide comment. Dude leaning in smacks the table with an open palm and says, everybody who ever loved you was wrong. Then he walks away without looking back. We still revel in that story. Edit, it was Harry's Corner at Charters and Domain. Also, for those of you saying how cruel this was, it was all said in the good-natured camaraderie that can only be accomplished by drunks at 3 a.m. We took it as a great insult in good fun, and all of us, including the insultee, just howled with laughter. Edit 2, my first precious metal. Thanks. Mi respetam mulik. A unique arrays au que uneo su tu pi pork tio me neotin ha traco pra 20. Which roughly means, show some respect boy. The only reason I'm not your dad is because your mom didn't have change for a 20. Who the are you? I'm the guy who does his job, you must be the other guy. Does you ever get jealous of the that comes out of your mouth? I don't go down to the docks and take sailors' dicks out of your mouth, so why do you hassle me at work? I was playing spades one time and a guy tried to lead the game off with a spade. I told him he couldn't do that, spades have to be broken first. He refused to play by the rules, so I refused to play. He started singing, the wheels on the bus go round and round, to imply that I was acting like a child. He asked me, do you know why I'm singing that? I said, yeah, 'cause I'm taking you to school. During my university days, I ran into a friend / acquaintance of mine. And I was holding a Green Lantern graphic novel. My friend introduced me to his current girlfriend and the first thing she says to me while shaking my hand was, "Aren't comic books for kids?" And I replied, "Aren't those cups for kids?" Honestly, I was in so much shock that someone I just met would say that to me that I replied on instinct. Still my greatest comeback ever. I was in first grade and we were on the bus about to go home, and some mean bully yelled at me and it went like this. Bully: "Hey, my name, why are you so?" Me: "Because I like to copy you." Bus: "Ooh. That was the best comeback I have ever made, and the kid behind me said, "Ha, nice," then like bro slapped my hand and I felt so cool. Later in 7th grade I figured out I was so checkmate bully. A street hustler is trying to hand out /sell CDs and an overweight gentleman walks by and says, "No thanks." Hustler: "If it was a donut, you'd eat it." Tubby: "If it was $1, you'd beg for it." I've been called much worse by people much better. Teacher asks a tough question. Jimmy says the correct answer. Karen: "LOL, you're such a nerd." Teacher: "Be nice to him, Karen, he could be your boss someday." Jimmy: "It's okay, teacher, I have no interest on being a pimp anyway." Whole class losing their minds. My science teacher assigned a really hard test and almost everyone failed. Everyone complained and she responded with, "Someone got a 93%, so it's not impossible." Then this one kid in the back said, "The answer key doesn't count, Mrs. Teacher." Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe.